Today is a Wednesday, 23rd or 24th, probably 23rd of September 2014. Whatever passes after this one is why I started it. Time itself, I suppose. But this particular video in particular. Diane and I have a really cool relationship that works for both of us. And time does say the bodies must perish. And I'm sure when we do, we ask Daddy in our own way, could I still be with my family? In my mind, I was thinking, I don't have reasons for her not to be with me. So, as long as I still don't at that time, then she would always be with me, and that would be eternal. Mormons got a thing about sealing, which is basically saying the same thing. If you ain't got a reason not to have them in your life, and they are already, then they should stay there. And if there was a creator that had reasoning and all that stuff that we have, of course, but we wouldn't have if he didn't, then it would make sense that would make sense. That if I don't have a reason for you not to be with me, then you will always be. That is what I was getting at. That has a lot of power in those few words. If you expand it, Big Bang. There always was a beginning, and there always is an end, but yeah. According to Daddy, he doesn't end. But he did say there was a beginning. And there's a lot of ends, but that has nothing to do with numbers and nothing to do with time. And he created both of those, so. But a lot of things in between all those things do have ends. Alright, guys, let's see. Yeah, it makes sense too. Even dogs being able to go into a home is nice as what they get to go into some of the time. I mean, before us humans, nature made life. Still does. Not always quite pleasant. And humans are trying to figure out how to live forever. We can probably figure that out. I won't be around to see it. And Jabba the Hutt, come on now. I will suggest in my own time here now, all good humans should say, I have to have a dying day. I'm going home. Very few poor people could have a say in it, but there's going to be some really rich people sometime in the future that could literally pay to stay alive forever based on reduction of genetic parts. I still say, be honest about it and say, they won't. Then we got to send assassins, and they'll make it really tough. It's like a comic movie. anime, action, you name it. I don't know, man. I do know in history, time past, leaders have risen, made babies, and their babies totally fucked it up. And then new leaders cropped up. That's how we got here. I posted a video from some guy who isn't famous yet doing a Japanese anime. It reminds me a lot of Battlestar Galactica at the beginning. Dragon Ball and some of the other Japanese anime. But if you're going to put it all together and make them all talk and make sense and have everything happen when it's supposed to in such a way that makes sense, that takes some kind of flow that most people don't got. Well, that's true. I was thinking about myself there for a bit. When I was young, you gotta abide by who's the boss. You're tiny. You can't do much. You don't have any knowledge or nothing, life experience. But in certain situations, most not, but certain, I always had a thing about thinking I knew, walking mind meld, to daddy. Oh, God, I know. No, you're not old enough to know yet. So I fucked up a lot. But he definitely kept me out of trouble. Thank you, daddy. Whatever. It is what it is, and that's good because I got caught with a couple of fucking sprouts in my window across from the firehouse, and they tried to pin a manufacturing of drugs on me. State trooper was supposed to kick my ass, ended up saving my ass, and it was a long story to that. I went over it many times in my diaries. Eating that many bugs out right now. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't. Well, definitely, I had to trust Daddy for me to be me. That's I wanted to kill myself a long time ago, and even before that, I just didn't understand. There's a lot of reasons why you can't, and we're all pretty specialized who our parents are, tell us who we're going to be. And we're in a group, and basically they're trying to tell you either be really smart or be really good at sports. That has changed. I am impressed with that. But, the whole time, one thing is getting richer, the other thing is getting poorer. And the thing that they don't ever talk about is if you paid more, you'd have to charge more. And right now I work in a pizza place, so 50% off almost every other day, except on Friday and Saturday, which is the time when you want it. So pay full price unless one team or another won. And it's still profitable. sometimes we don't sell the money. You know that's not possible. And I used to work in the convenience store as a manager and made that far. And the numbers are right there for you to see. You're supposed to do better. And yeah, alright. I manage the place. I don't know how to make it better. You're supposed to know how to do that. You got 90 people above 10 supposed to be figuring stuff out while we do the work. Yeah. So, but nonetheless, they made it clear to the managers, your nucleus, your place is not doing well. Yeah. Then when they sold it, we all knew why. But that happened on a massive scale in 2007. When there is nothing at the bottom to get sucked up by those who want to sell whatever it is, doesn't matter, they want to sell it. Pay more, get more back. The people who are living at the bottom, they don't keep it. They get it, they spend it. They don't keep it. You guys at the top are good at it sometimes. But people at the bottom, they ain't saving nothing. They're getting what they're getting and spending it. If you want people to have money to spend, start there. Just saying. A lot of things are going to die when you do that because the past 30 years, nowadays, what I just talked about. Most of the places that they had in that market that they had to sell because they weren't making money barely did any business. And there's all that weight on top of that. There does need to be a time of change. If they raise minimum wage even to $10.10, which is like a lot less than it really should be, based on what it was. It had a very vibrant economy. When it goes slower and slower, as you give less and less to the bottom, which has to spend it. They don't save, so it's all going back. Yeah. And the less you put there, the less you get back. And they built around that. Yep. And that's gonna happen. A lot of it's gonna have to die and start over. It's like winter and summer. President Obama, who I definitely wanted to see as the president, glad to see him make it, but at least he understands that too. Why so much boom bust? Well, that I just explained. If I did it well. A lot of times, people ask me, what did I say, or what did I mean? Usually it's handwriting. Computer tell you if you typoed. Oops, back up. Yeah, that's right. Put the line under it. You didn't spell that right. That's actually good. We could have a very bright generation coming up. Again, Daddy's awesome. I love you. Thank you, Daddy. I wouldn't be talking to the camera right now if Daddy hadn't allowed it. Well, this much I do know. My diary time is coming to the end this night. I'm feeling like I'm probably drinking too much. I probably always feel that way. Depends on what time it is, actually. My body is programmed to go to bed about 11. That's when I like to go to bed. I lived shift work for so long, it really makes it difficult for your body to know when you're supposed to be awake and when you're supposed to sleep. I really didn't. I did third shift for 10 years. I worked second shift for 10 years. First shift I just started. I worked first shift just because I was born, right? If I was born to someone who worked on first shift. Ashley's got a child. She's living on second shift because that's what she does. She's trying to get a job on day shift because her kid's going to school, so I don't blame her.